Harry, this is Lord Potato, and this is what if Naruto became the Shadow Monarch. Now, let me let me do a recap, and yeah, this is part 4 of what if Naruto was the Shadow Monarch. But yeah, let me do a recap. Naruto, what happened last time? Naruto met someone named Dragon. Dragon is basically the Dragon Monarch. I didn't think of any other creative name, but just Dragon. So yeah, screw off. Uh, of course, Naruto before meeting Dragon, he had to deal with Shiroi and also Samui. Yeah, because they wanted to fight Naruto, but Naruto he uses a portal just to dip away. But yeah, when he met Dragon, they both had a connection because they can rival each other because one is a Dragon Monarch, one is the Shadow Monarch. If you read in the webtoon, they said that the Shadow Monarch is the only monarch that can actually rival that of the Dragon Monarch. So yeah, or was it the other way? Ah, screw it. But yeah, of course, this is where Naruto meeting Dragon. They both only have 75% in their monarch powers and all that. But yeah, of course, after that, after their training in the 1 month and all that, they were just waiting for the final exam. And of course, when they get into the final exams, they're betting and all that. And of course, when Naruto had to fight against Gaara, because Sasuke got disqualified, Naruto kicked the shit out of Gaara, and also he managed the sound invasion, and sound invasion still happened. But Naruto, he got the other 25% for free, but he has to train really hard to actually master that 25%. Same with Dragon, but of course, this is where Naruto summoned 3 dragons, blast Gaara to straight to hell, but Gaara isn't dead. And of course, Naruto sent his not dragon army, I mean his shadow army, straight to help his comrades and all that, like the Leaf Ninjas and also the Shiroi and maybe Samui's team, because the Raikage was also here. Now, of course, the Raikage, Volcano Kage, and also Hokage had to fight against the Kazekage, Orochimaru, and even the reanimation Kages. Naruto whooped the shit out of Orochimaru when Dragon and Naruto got there. Dragon punched the shit out of the barrier, breaking it. Naruto, he scared the shit out of how should I say, Shinigami, since the Shinigami is actually lower rank and weaker than that of the Shadow Monarch. Since the Shadow Monarch is basically deaf himself. If you read on the webtoon, it says that he is deaf. So yeah. But this is where he just scared the shit of Shinigami. And of course this is where what's it called? Dragon and what's it called? Dragon easily beat the crap out of the Kazekage, while Naruto instantly just murder and destroy Orochimaru from the existence of the world. He used a Hawkeye. No, I'm just kidding. But really, he used a move that was similar to that of the Hawkeye. But he destroys all the curse marks that everyone had. The curse mark of the fragment soul of Orochimaru. So Uncle Sasuke, the Sound 4, Kimaru, and all them others. All those souls that had the fragments, all those curse marks that had the fragment souls of Orochimaru, came back to Orochimaru and got erased by Naruto by 2 moves that Naruto used, because he's the goddamn Shadow Monarch, also death. But yeah. Now, of course, this is where Hiruzen, after the whole freaking event happened, they kind of just, Hiruzen did ask for Naruto and Dragon to come, but Dragon and Naruto sleep for 2 weeks, so yeah. Now, Naruto and Dragon did call in to just get a mission to go find Tsunade so she can become the new Fit Kage, the Fit Hokage. Yeah, I don't know why I said it. Fit Hokage. But yeah, this is where we go back into where I left at last time. This is where Naruto and Dragon say, "Oh fuck no, that white hairband gives us creepy vibes." They both said, and of course, this is where this is where Jiraiya really just want to punch both the hell out of Dragon and Naruto, but this is where Harusen says, "Well, I mean Naruto, he's your what's it called Godfather." Naruto says, "Ah, hell nah, he ain't no Godfather. Me, he's the creepy version of that." This is where Jiraiya decides to try to punch at Naruto and Dragon. Both Dragon and Naruto, like they like smack their like punch away, and they say, hey, get the fuck away from us." Of course, Jiraiya's getting annoyed, but yeah, this is where Haruzen's kind of dying laughing. Of course, Yama's also dying laughing because it's funny just to see what Jiraiya getting just roasted by both Dragon and Naruto. But yeah, now I should have mentioned one thing, but Danzo and his group of army, I don't even think I mentioned this, but got also killed because they were actually trying to invade the Leaf Village also, and the Shadow Soldiers just said screw it. They are trying to invade, so they killed the what's it called Root almost or even Danzo. So yeah, they fucking murked him. Now yeah, that happens. Now what happened to Gara? Gara is actually in the Sand Village, while Rosana, who's Gara's father, is actually being kept captured and said, "Hey, bitch, you staying here for a while since this was your fucking problem also." So yeah. And of course, Rosana is going to be executed later. But yeah. Now, this is where Tamari and Conqueror are also in the Sand Village, but yeah. Now, Samui, who is from the what's called Cloud Village, she's actually in the Leaf Village. She's not behind them. What's it called? She's actually going to the Hokage office with the Raikage. Who the Raikage was in his like little, what's it called? Not little, but he was in a apartment and all that, kind of just relaxing at the whole fight. But yeah, Samui and her team are actually going along with the Raikage. This is where Shiroi and her team is actually going with what's it called? What kind of managed to sneak in and actually with all the mass destruction or whatever distraction and all that. They actually became somewhat leaf ninjas. And of course, this is where Shiroi, she's like kind of spying on this and all that, and seeing that they're going to get Tsunade. This is where Naruto, he makes a portal outside, and of course Shiroi doesn't know this because she was like right now trying to listen in and all that. The portal, like Naruto put his hand out and grabbed Shiroi out of like the outside, and Shiroi was like, what the hell just happened?" This is where Dragon says, "What the?" Naruto says, "She was spying on us." Shiroi says, I'm sorry about that. I was just wondering what." She was like trying to make up something until this is where Horusen says, "You're not part of our Leaf Village, aren't you?" And Shiroi says, "I am. I have the Leaf headband." She's trying to like say something like that, huh? Naruto says she was from the Sound Village. I think with the whole distraction and all that, she decides to just join the Leaf Village. Naruto explained. Horusen nods and says, I guess so. I'm gonna have to put armor on you so you won't try to betray us." This is where Naruto says, "We can just take her along with us, since we are basically the strongest people, and Dragon will be mostly the one to take care of her." This is where Dragon says, "Oh fuck no you don't, you fucking bastard." Naruto says bye. He like walks away and all that. And of course, this is where Jiraiya says, "Where are you going?" "We gotta meet up at like the gates and what's it called? Yeah, the gate to go get what's it called, Tsunade." Naruto says, "Fine, whatever, let's go then." Shiroi is coming along, but this is where the Raikage says, "Hello there, what's it called, Harusen," when he busts through his door and all that. And of course, this is where Harusen says, "Hello there, what's it called, Ao." And of course, Ao says, "You must be the two kids that legit destroy Orochimaru and his like somewhat army." Now, let me mention what happened to the Sound Four. The Sound Four are right now in prison because, well, they don't have a curse mark, they don't have a leader, and, well, Kabuto, he kind of got also massacred by, well, Icarus. Because I never mentioned where Icarus was, but I'm going to just say Icarus was, like, right now helping his like shadow army and all that. Well, not shadow army himself, but he was only a commander and all that, leading them and killing like invaders and all that. Now, of course, Icarus saw Kabuto like fight. What's it called? Trying to get information like the Hokage. What's it called? Tower and all that. And this is where Icarus like really just cut him down and all that. But yeah, now this is where Naruto's like, that's interesting. And of course, not that's interesting, but Icarus told him even though I know some people are gonna be like saying Icarus can't talk, fucking read the latest webtoon for solo leveling. Not the latest, but I'm just saying some of the latest chapters. Icarus can talk. When I read that, I was shocked. I was like, yeah, Icarus can fucking talk. Hell yeah. But yeah, fuck off. He can talk, okay? Leave me the fuck alone. But we go into, 20 minutes later, about the Raikage just kind of explaining that he wants to marry Samui off to Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. Because he already knows about who Naruto's parents are. Because Minato in the, because I said Minato was there when, he was reanimation. And Minato says, goodbye, my son. He said in a whisper, and Naruto didn't actually pay attention that much because he passed out and all. But the Raikage says, hold up. The Yellow Flash had a son. And the Yellow Flash son just made the Shinigami just disappeared. So yeah, he's trying to marry Samui off to Naruto. Even though he even like tells Samui, because AO isn't like that much a dickhead or anything, he even said, Samui, do you want to be married off to the Yellow Flash son? And Samui says, sure. And she didn't know it was Naruto, but yeah. Now, Naruto does have black hair now. He doesn't have yellow hair no more. Black hair. Now, also, Dragon has, red crimson hair, just like the original Dragon Monarch. But yeah. Now, they still have about 75% of their powers, but the 25%, they gotta train really hard to just try to master it and all that. Now, this is where Samui is actually coming along, also with Naruto and Dragon. Samui and Shiroi. And of course, Jiraiya is coming along. Now, they get to the gate and all that, and of course, Naruto and Dragon and Jiraiya and all that are just like going towards the villages and all that. So, of course, this is where Jiraiya wants to train Naruto in the Rasengan. Naruto says, what the fuck is a Rasengan? Dragon says, what is a Rasengan? Is that some kind of freaking, food? Naruto says, bitch, shut the fuck up. This is where Dragon says, hey, I'm just guessing, I don't know what the fuck it is. And of course, Shiroi and Samui has a clue what the Rasengan is, because, the Yellow Flash used it. Shiroi, she doesn't know what it exactly is, and this is where Jiraiya shows what it is, and smashes it into the tree, like in original canon does. This is where Naruto says, what the fuck, a spear? A blue spear is gonna help me in a fight. Huh. That's interesting. I'd rather cut down my opponents than give them the blue spear. Can it be red? Dragon said. Jiraiya says, it's incomplete. Your father said it was incomplete. But yeah, you gotta complete it. And Naruto says, fuck's sakes, sure, why not? So this is where, Jiraiya says, okay, I will teach you and all that. So he gives him like different, balloons and all that. He even gives Shiroi and Samui, because, Samui is gonna be the future wife of Naruto. And Naruto did not agree to this, but Hiruzen say, yeah, you know what, let's agree with that. Naruto said, oh, fuck no you don't, you old man. And of course, Naruto could not really stop them, but yeah. Also, Naruto, Dragon, and Shiroi and Samui are actually promoted to be Chunin, but yeah. Because Naruto showed great strength in his power, and Dragon also just helped because fuck it. Shiroi, also decided to help instead of attack leaf ninjas. she was actually shown to help the Leaf Ninjas, even though she was a Sound Ninja. Her and her teammates. And so Amui also decided to help Shiroi in the fight against what's called the Sound and Sand Ninjas. But yeah. Now, this is where they're going through the balloons pretty easily. Naruto's pretty smart and actually easily making, well, progress in the Rasengan so much faster than original canon. But yeah. Now, of course, Dragon, he's having a little trouble. He's getting there also. Shiroi, she is pretty smart and actually pretty easily getting through a little bit. Samui is having a little bit of problem, but yeah. Now, this is where Jiraiya, I keep teaching them and all that about different balloons and all that. And, well, Naruto, when he's trying to do the Rasengan and all that, they also go to the same, the hotel and all that. In like the original canon for Naruto when he meets the Akatsuki and all that. But yeah, I'll mention what the Akatsuki would do. Because, well, Itachi and Kasami are still going after Naruto and all that. Because they don't know about Naruto's full power. Well, he did to fucking Orochimaru. He fucked up Orochimaru, Kabuto, and a bunch of other people. But yeah. Now, Naruto and Dragon are in like the same room of the hotel and all that. Samui and Shiroi are like next door and all that. Because, yeah, they have to have separate doors and all. Because females and guys, but yeah. And also, they're only 12, so calm down. Now, Naruto, he's actually getting progress in the Rasengan pretty much faster than original canon. And his Rasengan, it's a little bit smaller, but instead of being a blue Rasengan, it's purple. It's like a purplish dark color. That's because of the Shadow Monarch power. The Shadow Monarch power, instead of being his like normal chakra being kind of blue, it's now purple. So yeah. Also, Dragon's chakra. Dragon's chakra. It is not no more blue. It used to be kind of bluish, or not bluish, but it used to be oranges a little bit because of the Dragon Monarch's ability. But now, instead of being like orange, it's now crimson red. And for Shiroi and Samui's chakra, of course, it's gonna still be like a blue chakra dome and all. But Shiroi's chakra dome for the Rasengan is actually white, a purish white color. That's because of her name and also what her clan is. And the OC character that I made. So yeah. This is where Naruto, he is, well, just training all that. And they hear a knock knock in like the door. And this is where Naruto, he opens the door. He sees a blue man and a man just kind of just has his eyes closed. Naruto doesn't know who the fuck these people are, so he kind of just shut the door back on them. Naruto goes back to his bed and just kind of sits there and trying to practice the Rasengan until Kisame breaks down the door and says, "You little shit!" This is where Itachi and Kisame are kind of annoyed the fact that Naruto just shut the door right in front of their faces. So Dragon gets up, and this is where Naruto gets up also. Shiroi and Samui heard a commotion and kind of get out of the door and saw that the door is broken of where the guy's room is at. And also where Jiraiya is at, well, the same thing happened to Jiraiya. He basically got that whole, gotta study and all that for my newest book and all that. Goddamn Jiraiya. But yeah. This is where Naruto, he is not caring that much about, well, Itachi and all that. And Dragon is like saying, "So who do you want to fight?" Naruto says, "I'll go against the black hair, emo ass looking duckling. Well, not a duckling, mostly the emo guy. He kind of looks like Sasuke, but taller and emo. And you can go against the fishman." Dragon says, "With pleasure." Now, of course, where Naruto, he rushes at, well, Itachi. Itachi, he could not move fast enough. He couldn't activate his Sharingan fast enough. Well, I mean, he activated his Sharingan, but it didn't went into the EMS yet. I mean, not EMS. The MS, because he only has that. And, of course, he gets knee in the fucking face, knocking him out of the room into the wall. Not out of the wall, but just into the wall, kind of having a crater. Sorry about that. God damn it. Wait. Sorry, I could have just paused there. But let me just say one thing before I go on any further. Does anyone else just like when they eat a lot, doesn't like when you try to burp or something, like the food just tries to go back up and it tastes terrible in your mouth? Yeah, that's what I have right now. Let me go get water first. Now, we go back into it. We've been kind of just saying some random stuff. But back into the water. Now, Itachi is in the fucking wall. He's like, oh, fucking bastard. Now, the same thing for like what's called virtual canon for Itachi and Kasami getting into the what's called Leaf Village. That would still go the same, but there's Kakashi, Asuma, and even Karnai and Might Guide there. But of course, they kind of lose and all. But of course, Sasuke knows about what's called his brother and all that going after not Itachi. Itachi going after, well, Naruto. And Naruto is easily fucking up Itachi. Like, he knee him into the fucking, into the wall, into a crater. Making Itachi have a crater, but yeah. This is where Samui Shiroi says, what is happening, Naruto? Naruto says that some emo-ass motherfucker decided to pick a fight with him. And of course, this is where Dragon just fights against Kasami. Kasami uses the sword that he has, the Samahara, and he slices at what's called Dragon. Dragon, what he does when the sword collides with his hand, because he has not, instead of Dragon just letting it hit it, he just grabs it with his hand. Now, of course, this is where Kasami laughs and says, you weren't supposed to do that, you dumb kid. This is where Dragon, his hand is not what's it called, just normal. It actually turns into that with dragon claw and all that. It just turns into a dragon hand and all that. And he just grips the sword tighter and tighter until it just feels like the sword is trying to squirm away from what dragon. This is where Samahara is trying to squirm away. Now, of course, this is where Kasami is just noticing this and saying, Samahara, what's happening? This is where Dragon, he grips it so hard that he actually just rips a piece of Samahara. And Samahara is bleeding the color I'm gonna say blue. Sure, I don't know. He's bleeding the color blue, and Kisame is horrified the fact that Dragon just easily ripped a piece of Samahara. No one has ever done that, but Dragon is the first. That's where Dragon shows his sharp ass teeth. And his eyes are right now slicked into that of a dragon. And of course, this is where Kasame feels like this fear and tension. Because what's called Dragon is sending so much bloodlust at Kasame that Kasame can actually see behind Dragon a dragon. But of course, Kasame is horrified. He's a fucking shark versus a dragon. You know, this combo isn't going that well. Now, of course, this is where he tries to, like, run away, body flicker. But before he can body flicker, Dragon was already in front of him, punching him in the gut with his dragon arm. Of course, Kisame is, like, coughing up blood and all that. Because Dragon went and hit some, like, what's called organs. Like the, what's it called, lung and maybe some of the ribs and all broke and hit the lung and all that. So, yeah, Kisame's coughing up blood and all that. Now, back to Shiroi and Naruto and, what's called, Samui. Samui gets ready, so she pulls out Tanto. Shiroi gets ready and pulls out a snake sword that she actually, kind of had and all that. And Naruto gets ready and has his daggers. This is where Itachi says infamous Tsukiyomi on what's called, not infamous Tsukiyomi, I mean Tsukiyomi on Naruto. Naruto's like, where the fuck am I? And this is where Itachi says, this is a world where you cannot escape. This is where Naruto, he punches the wall and it breaks. He breaks Tsukiyomi again. Besides, Itachi thought that, Naruto couldn't break it this time if he adds more chakra. Now, Naruto just, bing, he punches the wall and the whole freaking Tsukiyomi just cracks and breaks. That's where Itachi coughs up blood and says, not coughed up blood, mostly he bleeds from his eyes and says, how you keep doing this, Naruto? This is where Naruto fucking just knees Itachi, breaking him into the outside. Now, back to what's it called, Dragon and Kisame. Dragon's right now fucking up Kisame. He grabs Kisame from the, school and all that. and he says, "Goodbye, you shark fuck." This is where Kasami tries to like use his sword and all that. Now, of course, he tries to swing right this time, and this is where what Dragon he pulls out his other arm and turns into a dragon arm, and grabs Samahara. And this is where Dragon says, "I had enough of your shit now." And of course, Dragon is kind of facing near the window and all that. Because, yeah, kind of Kisame is there and all that. Near the window. And this is where Dragon, he makes a fireball in his mouth. If you don't know what happens in what's called the webtoon of how, like, Dragon can actually shoot a beam out of his mouth. Yes, this is where Dragon can, let me say that. The Dragon Monarch can shoot a beam out of his mouth. But yeah. So Dragon can do the same. He shoots a beam at, well, Kisame and Samahara out the window, just making a huge ass crater. Samahara and Kisame are just gone. Like the sword is gone, it's just disintegrated into nothing. And also Kisame is gone. He just turned to ash. So yeah. So back with Naruto, Samui, and also Shiroi right now fighting against Itachi. Now Naruto, he jumped back and tried to fight against what's called Itachi. Itachi managed to dodge the kick, but this is where he did not dodge the sword for Shiroi. Shiroi has a long, what's called long sword. Let me say it again. Her sword is that of, well, think of it from a Demon Slayer that has, well, that one Demon Slayer that actually has a white snake and his sword is kind of curvy and all that. Yeah, but Shiroi is actually just plain white. And the blade is kind of white also. Now, of course, this is where Itachi tries to dodge the sword, but of course still gets cut. And then gets cut by, what's it called, Samui. This is where Itachi had enough and says, "Susanoo!" And of course he makes a Susanoo, but you know, Naruto being the goddamn Shadow Monarch here, he punches through the Susanoo. This is only a rib cage because Itachi really thought he can like easily get through and all that. Well, not. He thought that no one can get through him and all that. Naruto punches through the freaking ribcage, grab Itachi, and throw his ass into, well, back into the apartments. Or, not apartments, the hotel. That's where Sasuke gets here and says, "Chidori!" And he gets his ass kicked still, even though Itachi is hurt really bad from Naruto, he still whoops, Sasuke's ass. Now, Itachi says, "I can't die here. I gotta escape." This is where a dragon appears and says, "Where do you think you're going?" And this is where Itachi says, "Shit, I can't die here. Screw you, Susanoo!" And this is where a dragon, he shoots a beam out of his mouth, hitting Itachi, and Itachi gets hit. And of course, notice that it would also kill Sasuke. So he had to go full Susanoo. He's like, "I want, nah." He's like, already his Susanoo is at what's called, skeleton form. It's not at the perfect Susanoo. But of course, it's breaking. And he's like, "No." And that's where Naruto appears and punches the skeleton form of Susanoo and just breaks through and grabs Itachi and smashes him down to the ground. That's where Naruto says, "Goodbye, Itachi. I do not care if your brother's the one who has to be the one to kill you or whatever. I will also kill him if he keeps pissing me off." Itachi says, "I won't die. I'm a Tatsu." And it hits Naruto, and of course Naruto turns back, and of course Itachi, he has to escape, but this is where he tried to escape from the crater of the wall, but it all turned into a toad's mouth. And Jiraiya says, "I, the great toad standing in here." Dragon says, "The fuck?" Samui, Shiroi, and, well, Itachi says, "What the fuck?" They're confused. Naruto's over here burning, but he just says, "Cancelled." So, what Naruto does, he actually cancels the flame. He actually, cancel it. Because the flames is a living thing, right? Well, since he is the death, he is also called the Death Monarch, but also Death himself, or the Shadow Monarch. He can actually cancel the flames by just, using a spell that he called Death Touch. Not Death Touch, no. Death Touch is the bloodlust of his. No. Death Erase. Which he just gets rid of the flames and just erase him. Of course, Itachi's horrified the fact that Naruto can easily get rid of the flames. And of course, Naruto is right now on Itachi and saying, "You bastard." Naruto pulls out his dagger and cuts Itachi's head off. Yeah, Itachi is dead and Kazama is gone. He got obliterated by a dragon. But this is where Jiraiya is kind of amazed that these four kids, except for the Uchiha, defeated what's called some S-rank ninjas. But yeah, of course with that happened. But yeah, but before anyone else gets to leave and all that, this is where Naruto sensed something. Dragon sensed it also, and it was the white and black Zetsu. This is where Dragon appears and says, "Die." Well, he does Dragon Claw and cuts black and white Zetsu, just cutting them into what's it called, 3 pieces. Really just killing them. Yeah, so Dragon Monarch does not give a fuck. He can break the facts of life. Yeah, what am I talking about? But yeah, he just kills black and white Zetsu. Even though you cannot, I don't think you can kill black and white. Well, you can definitely kill white Zetsu, but black Zetsu, I don't know. But yeah. But of course, with that happening, they are going to the next destination. And of course, this is where they find Tsunade, and Tsunade says, "I will not go back," and she goes against Naruto. This is where Jiraiya says, "Just hold back on Tsunade, don't go any, strong attacks on Tsunade." Naruto says, "I don't give a fuck about Tsunade." Jiraiya pale and says, "Wait, Naruto, no. This is where Naruto beats Tsunade 6-way Sunday, making her go back to the Elite Village in only 10 seconds. How Naruto kicked the shit out of Tsunade full strength back to the Elite Village. That's how Naruto does not give a fuck about Tsunade. He does not give no flying fucks. And so yeah, this is where all of them are kind of shocked. And of course, Dragon wasn't shocked. He knew Tsunade was gonna fly like a fucking soccer ball. But yeah, of course, this is where Dragon says he brings out a dragon, just a dragon for them to fly on it. And of course, they are all going back to the Elite Village much faster. Even Shizune had to come back, but yeah. Since that happened, this is where, Tsunade got her ass beat so hard that she needs to become the Hokage now. So yeah, she became the Hokage. Also, what happened to Sasuke? Well, my guy got there, and yeah, that happened. So Sasuke needed to go rogue and all that because, yeah. And this is where, Tsunade still, let me say this again. Sasuke wanted to go rogue, so he went rogue, so none of the Sound 4, Sound 5, whatever, didn't go help him or anything because he doesn't have the curse mark or anything. So, of course, when he's going rogue and all that, he did kill, Sakura in his way because Sakura was in his way and all that. And he didn't give a fuck no more. He didn't have power or anything. So he kills Sakura. He felt bad, but this is where he unlocks his, MS. This is where, Tsunade tells Konoha 12 to go after, not Konoha 12, Shikamaru, Choji, Nanchi, Naruto, Dragon. Dragon is still here. Shiroi, and also not Shiroi, let me say that again. Shiroi, Samui, Dragon, and Naruto to go after Sasuke. Now, Naruto says, "What happened if Sasuke tries to use violent force? Can I kill him?" This is where Tsunade says, "Fine, whatever. I really don't care." So yeah, not many people are kneeling down to what's called Sasuke, because Sasuke seems like a little prick and all that. But Kakashi is saying that no, they should not kill what's called Sasuke. Not many people care about Sasuke that much. If Sasuke died, they can care less. The Uchiha's gone. Whatever, they don't care. But this is where Kakashi tries to say, "Oh fuck no, you don't," because he is somewhat of the Uchiha lover and all. And of course, where he tries to attack at Naruto because for suggesting that, so where Naruto kicks Kakashi so hard in the face that it kind of looks like Mikey kicked that one guy in Tokyo Revenge. But yeah, that's what Naruto did. This man, what's kind of Itachi? I was about to say Itachi. Kakashi is knocked the fuck out. He is gone. He's sleeping. Yeah, of course it's worse. And I says, okay, go. So of course the dragon makes a dragon and tells, okay, seal. And of course Naruto he brings out his own shadow dragon and tells Shiroi and Samui to get on. But of course they get on and now they're flying. So they're going towards where they saw Sasuke last time. Now Sasuke is at the Valley of the End, and when he's there, that's where Naruto lands and says, Sasuke, you are reported to go back to the Leaf Village for your what's called trial for becoming a rogue ninja. This is where Sasuke says, I will not give up. I will become the best. And he has his MS already activated. He says, I will revenge what's called and kill Itachi. This is where Naruto says, I kill Itachi, you realize you dance fuck. And Sasuke says, what? You killed Itachi? You bastard! It was my job, Chidori! And tries to Chidori at Naruto. Naruto grabs Sasuke from the arm and breaks it. This is where Sasuke screams, ah! This is where Naruto, he, fucking kicks. Well, not kicks. He axe kicks what's called Sasuke down. Sasuke goes, ah! Damn it. No, you bastard. He tries to punch at Naruto. Naruto, he ducks down and knees Sasuke in the face. Sasuke is not even trying that much because he cannot keep up with Naruto. This is where, something happens. Someone with a mask, appeared. Basically, this is Toby, also known as Uchiha Obito. He saw that the fact that Black Zetsu and White Zetsu are dead, because he hasn't got any report by them. And he's only guessing that the Nine-Tails brat or someone in his friend group must have killed him. Because Itachi and Pain are not Itachi and Pain. Itachi and Kasami are dead. This is where Naruto saw Uchiha Obito. Now Obito says, I am Madara, and you are nothing but a weakling to me. That's where Naruto says death. He says death cancel because Obito was in his calm mode, and now that he's not in his calm mode, he gets knee in the stomach. That's where Dragon deals with freaking Sasuke. Naruto's right now fighting against, Obito. Obito uses Sharingan to see in the Genjutsu to try to put Kurama in the Genjutsu because he doesn't want Kurama to give any more power to, Naruto. Instead of seeing Kurama, he sees Ashborn. And Ashborn says, who the fuck are you? This is where Obito tries to put a Genjutsu on Ashborn, doesn't do jack shit. This is where Ashborn grabs Obito and crushes his head. And of course, Obito appears back into the real mind, and he says, what the hell? This is where Naruto appears, and this is where Naruto, he put his arm out, and of course, this is the left arm, and he puts it into a fist, but of course, around his arm, it becomes that of Ashborn-like armor. And he punches Obito so hard in the face that it breaks almost every bone in his, skull. Now, that happens, and of course, it where, Dragon, he put his hand through Sasuke's heart and pulls out his heart and crushes it. Dragon gives no flying fucks. So yeah, Obito and Sasuke are dead. So yeah, that happened. But they are actually going back to the Leaf Village. They got what's called Sasuke's body and all that, and even Obito's body. Kakashi found out this is Obito, and he just says, what is even life and all that. And he tries to attack what's called a dragon and, Naruto for killing his best friend and his student. That's where Tsunade tells Amos to kill what's called Kakashi for trying to kill Dragon and Naruto. But yeah, that happens. And they did pluck out the Sharingans from what's called Obito, Kakashi, and the two Sharingans from what's called Sasuke. Now, of course, they still got what's called they still have what's called donations from what's called the Uchiha to have kids to try to rebuild them themselves. So Sasuke is dead, and yeah. Now, of course, the word Jiraiya kind of suggested that let's do a what's it called, a 3 year training script. Not God, I cannot speak. A 3 year training. What's it called, training years and all that. Of course, the word Naruto, Dragon, Shiroi, and others will actually kind of go with Jiraiya. Now, of course, let me do a 3 year time skip. Naruto's back to a Leaf Village, but this is where I'm gonna end it off for part 4. But yeah, have a nice potato day, potato night, potato seed, potato, and potato.